Hello and welcome to Let's Dance with Charlotte Elizabeth. That's me. So, this podcast is going to cover everything from dance, health, fitness. I will include how to prepare for your first dance for your wedding or using that kind of scenario for special occasions. There will be planning hen parties and ideas for planning hen parties, but the main focus of this podcast is dance. I am the owner of Feel the Beats UK, and I'm going to get you all moving. So let's get on with the show. Hello, and welcome back to Let's Dance with Charlotte Elizabeth. So, last week's episode was kind of a semi reflection, a pause about where I am currently in business, and I'm still there. So, with that in mind, I decided that this week's episode should kind of continue on that tangent of I haven't really got specific services or promotions to talk about with you at the moment. I've got things that I'm working on, so the book launch, bringing my dance classes back to the community, coming on to that later. So there's little things that I'm working on in the background, but kind of I'm in the hands of other people with those, and it's got me a bit stuck. I feel a little bit like I've lost momentum or that I'm losing momentum in the rebuild of my business. But I also know that it's happening in the right way because if I was to rush into it, I'd just end up where I've always been after a few weeks, giving up because it's not working and this and that. So actually taking the time to get everything kind of in place is a good thing. So today's episode is all about the hidden benefits of dance. Now, I know I've touched on this previously, um, but we're going to delve into it a little bit more. So, there are so many benefits of dance that I could probably break them all down into episodes on their own. So, we're going to kind of surface level it today. Um, the biggest one for me is confidence. Now, I am definitely one of those people that say, I'm not confident. I don't have the confidence for this, or I don't have the confidence for that. But stick me on a dance floor or stick me on a stage with a choreographed routine, and I don't know, something magical happens. And the reason for that is dance by its nature is not easy. Confidence is something that builds over time. Now, because you have to keep working at dance, so you have to learn different steps, put your body in positions that majority of the time are unnatural. They don't come natural to most people. There's even moves that I come across that I'm like, oh, that didn't quite feel right. By doing them over and over again, your body gets used to them. It learns that it can do them. By your brain telling itself and the rest of your body, we can do this, it sets the good neuro pathways, which in turn gives us our confidence. The more you do something, the better you become, the more comfortable with it you become, the more confident you become. So the saying of fake it till you make it is semi-true, but doesn't really work. And the same goes for confidence. There are some people that will say, oh, you've just got to tell yourself you're confident and you'll be confident. Yeah, it is kind of a mindset, but it's actually by doing it, it's by your body learning that you can do it. Think about when you learnt to ride a bike. You probably fell off, but you got back up again. You got back on the bike, you tried again until the next time that you fell off. And each time you fell off, you learnt something. So it might have been the angle as you went around the corner. Or if I lean into it more, I'm not going to fall off. Little things like that. The same for confidence. You get it wrong, it doesn't make sense, you keep trying, you get it. you've got confidence. And the same goes, and I say this to my couples all the time. They tell me, oh, I really don't have the confidence for this. I help them with the confidence because I make it simple. I make it achievable that they can do it, they can remember it, even when the nerves have kicked in. I'm not there to help them. Their brain has gone completely blank, but they've got the confidence because as soon as that music comes on, they know. The muscle memory kicks in, the adrenaline kicks in, and like, yeah, we've got this. And they smash it and have smiling, beaming faces all over. That's confidence because we've repeated it, we've done it over and over, we've made sure that they feel comfortable with it to then be confident. So that's the first one, the hidden benefits of dance, for want of a better phrase, confidence. It's also good for your mindset. And I know I touched on this on previous episodes that mindset could be a whole episode, and it probably will be. Mindset is definitely a buzzword. For ages, for me, when someone would say, oh, you just need to work on your mindset, I didn't really get it. I would end up in downward spirals. I was very negative. I was asking for guidance and support on things, but I'd always got an answer as to why it wouldn't work. I'd always got it, yeah, but, or yeah, but was my favorite word. Yeah, but it's all right for you. You haven't got a full-time job. Yeah, but it's all right for you because it's all right for you, but. That was my favorite word. Until I started doing the work. And again, this is gonna sound very weird, but stay with me. Stay with me. I'm going to do my best to help you understand mindset with dance. And it's not about the mindset of learning to dance, it's about how dance helps your mindset. So I would get very negative until I did the work, until I underpinned and looked at where are these triggers coming from? What is making me feel so down and unhappy and questioning everything and wanting to just quit and not bother anymore? Where was all of that coming from? Because I wasn't aware of it growing up. I just kind of got on with it. Life would happen, but I'd just get on with it. And it started, as daft as it sounds, when I first went freelance. Because I wasn't prepared for having to put me out there, for having to be front and center, which is why for the last 9 years I've hid, because I wasn't prepared to be front and center. I was a naive 23-year-old when I first started, listening to everyone that was further along than me and taking all of their guidance and doing the things that they told me to do. And then when it wasn't working, it was like, oh, I'm obviously the problem. Instead of seeing that I needed to trust my own inner, my gut, my inner kind of guidance system. Dance is what I've always come back to. So when I've had my down days, I've put a piece of music on and I've danced it out. And I've felt happier. So there is a story to this. I'm not going into kind of how I've developed my mindset because that's a whole podcast episode in itself. Like I say, I'm going surface level. So I put the music on and I dance and I feel better because our body releases endorphins. Endorphins make us feel happier. So dance helps our mindset because it releases those endorphins. And we need the endorphins to keep us positive. Now, that's not to say that we should never be unhappy, that we should never have our down days. Absolutely, we all need them. It's about how you pick yourself up. I have had a period, certainly in the last 12 months, definitely at various times over the last 9 years, where it honestly felt like I couldn't take on anymore, because as I thought things were getting better, an avalanche would appear. So it's about how you pick yourself up. And dance for me is that thing. If I'm a bit stressed, if I'm feeling a little bit low, if I'm happy, doesn't have to be just at the negative times, it can also be at the happy times. Stick a piece of music on, and hey presto, those endorphins appear. Now, the caption's going to love this when I put this podcast episode out, and I'm pretty sure the captions are going to be calling them dolphins, but they're not dolphins, endorphins. And it helps your mindset because it gives that buzz. It helps with every mood. Happiness, sadness, feeling a little bit lost. I need to try and find the video. I might end up just having to recreate it. In the lockdown period, I danced through the woods, and it was one of my best videos that I ever shared. But I don't think I have it anymore, which is a real shame because it was such a good one. But it means I probably just need to go and recreate it. That might be a weekend task at some point. So that's how it can help your mindset. With it helping your mindset, it then also helps your health. So at the time of this recording, I am having to monitor my blood pressure for the week. I had one of my yearly checkups with the doctors. Nothing serious, but they're a bit concerned with my blood pressure because for my age, my bottom number was a bit higher than they expected. So I'm having to currently monitor it morning and night. It's blooming painful. I hate it. For me, with blood pressure, I hate when the cuff squeezes your arm and how tight it gets. I've actually screamed most times, certainly on the first one. So then I have to tell myself to relax. It's okay. It's yes, it's squeezing, yes, it hurts, but it's okay. And then my blood pressure comes down. And honestly, looking at the figures, I'm like, I seriously don't see what the problem is. It was a blip. I'd come in the middle of the day, I was at work, I was nearly late. My blood pressure's going to be up. Go figure. But doing it morning and night in my home environment, no issues. But it has also shown me that I need to sort the other areas of my health. I'm a little bit heavier, which will be having an effect. I definitely don't drink enough water. Sleep's not too bad, but I know that my diet and exercise are not there. So, without going on a nutritional tangent, dance is getting us moving, which raises our heart rate, which helps us to burn calories, which helps us to lose weight, which helps us feel better. So get moving, people, because it's really good for you. And if you can't find a dance class near you, I'm sure there probably are loads. Look online, there's probably tutorial videos that you could follow of a Zumba class or just a dance routine or something. Or as simple as it sounds, stick the radio on and dance to whatever song comes on the radio. There's your dance. It doesn't have to be fancy. It really doesn't have to be fancy. And it's why part of what I'm rebuilding is a CIC. So my three tips for dance is that it helps with your confidence, your mindset, and your health. And that's why an arm to the business is going to be a CIC with a community focus, with a health and fitness focus to it. So yes, I'm going to have my adult dance fitness classes, but my community stuff is going to be family focused because we do toddler classes. We have all the classes for kids at a dance school or just after school clubs or different things. We do the adult classes, we do the senior classes, so the kind of chair-based stuff. When do we ever bring it all together? When do we ever bring everyone together and dance together? Get fit and healthy as a family. Get fit and healthy as a community. So that's what I'm bringing. It's something I've always wanted to do. It goes back to my roots when I was at uni. So I'm building a CIC to the business to get the community fitter and healthier and happier and enjoying and having fun, because life is too short. Life is way too short to not have fun. So I'm going to leave it there for you today. I will talk more about the CIC further down the line, but for now, know that it's coming. And that is my 3 tips for you. Dance gives you confidence, it helps your mindset, and it gets you healthy. So go and have a boogie and tag me. Tag either Feel the Beats UK or Charlotte_Elizabeth39. I want to see you moving. Tag me, I will share it, and I might even repurpose and dance with you. So I will catch you on the next episode.